Today I'm going to share a story with you where my voice betrayed me. Yes, you heard it right. My own voice betrayed me. And if I knew the techniques to overcome that back in the days when it happened, I would have handled that situation or that awkward incident way differently than I would today. So what happened is, in my university days, I got an opportunity to present my project outcomes and findings in front of the whole class. My professor gave this opportunity to very few students, so I was very happy, excited, and yes, a little bit nervous. To conquer that nervousness, I thought that the more I prepare, the more I remember my slides, I'll feel more confident. And I did the same thing. I spent days and nights reading through presentations, expecting questions, tackling all the questions in my mind, and be very prepared for that presentation. The day came, I was ready, I went to the stage and started speaking. The moment I opened my mouth, my voice was shaking and trembling. I had this fear in my mind that other people can see my voice is shaking, other people can hear that my voice is shaking, and they will feel that I'm doubtful, I'm not confident enough, and I'm not a good candidate for this project. I was going through all these episodes in front of the class, in front of my professor, and they noticed it. My professor mentioned that, it's okay, take a seat. Let's move on to the next student and we will come back to you when you're ready. In that moment, I felt very awkward. I thought that my presentation meant nothing, my findings meant nothing, just because I couldn't present confidently in front of the class. And if I knew the technique that I'm going to tell you now, I could have handled that situation quite differently. When my turn came, I just somehow presented the findings in so rush. I just wrapped up the presentation, went back to my seat, hiding from everyone. Later, when I was thinking about this whole situation, I realized that it's not about I wasn't a confident speaker or I wasn't knowledgeable or I didn't knew the slides. It was quite the opposite. I knew the slides inside out, I was confident, I was knowledgeable, but I realized that this is whole my body's reaction to that situation. Because whenever an attention is focused on you, your body tend to feel that it as a threat. And this is just a physiological reaction of your body. Now the important point is, how do you stabilize yourself in the first 10 seconds if something like this happens to you? And I'm going to give you a 10-second protocol so that you don't have to go through what I had to go through in front of the whole class to make it more awkward. Step number 1 is, whenever you go on stage, you should always plant your feet. What I mean by that is, whenever you're on the stage, just pause for 1 or 2 seconds. Take a deep inhale and deep exhale. This will notify your brain that yes, this is a safe place, this is not a threat, and this could be your moment to shine. This will make your brain to calm your nervous system and your voice won't be shaking anymore. Step number 2 is, you should always start slower than you actually should. Most of the time I've seen people to just rush their presentations because they are full of adrenaline and they think that the quicker I start, the more people will perceive me as a confident speaker, but it's quite the opposite. So for me, instead of I would have started as, today I'm going to take you through the presentation findings of my project, I should have said, today, let me walk you through what are the findings that we have found based on the year-long project we had. All these deliberate pauses, all these slow starting makes your breath to stabilize, and it will help you from avoid your sound being more shaky or trembling. Now finally, step number 3 is, try to lower your pitch at the end of sentences. It's quite natural that our pitch goes higher when we are nervous or when we are shaky or trembling. But what it signifies is, whenever the pitch is higher at the end of the sentence, it makes you come off as a doubtful person or someone who's not sure on what they're talking about. So try to lower your pitch at the end of each sentence, at least for the first 20 to 30 seconds. And you know what's most interesting is, even if you have a shaky voice in the first few seconds, your brain usually takes 20 to 30 seconds to stabilize. So it's not the end of the world, it's not the end of the presentation. You just have to follow this 10-second protocol to just calm yourself down. And once you jump across that first 10-20 seconds, the stage is all yours to shine. So don't get panicked, so don't get fearful. And I know that it's quite easy for me to say than to do it on the stage, because whoever is on the stage are going through those kind of situation or incidences. It all comes with practice. You can practice that at your home, in your bedroom, in your living room before the presentation, so that your body or your brain is more habitual to how to react in such situation. So it all comes down to practice, practice, and practice. So in my story, if I knew this 10-second stabilization protocol, I should have started it slow, I should have planted my feet, and I should have lowered down my pitch. And I did quite the opposite of all of these 3 steps. I started strong, I started fast, I was just walking around on the stage, I was just having my pitch higher at the end of every sentences. Quite the opposite of stabilizing my mind. It just increased my adrenaline, it increased and messed up the whole nervous system. And instead of stabilizing, I did quite the opposite. Instead of stabilizing, I was unstable throughout the whole talk. So if you want to avoid this situation, make sure you follow this 10-second stabilization protocol. Let me know how it goes. Thank you for watching. Share this video with your friends and family, and I'm sure that this will help them immensely. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.